Hey folks, Eric here, the whatever guy, because it really is whatever me. Do you folks want to know about these Alabama state regulators, marijuana regulators, still negotiating these lawsuits? Y'all stick around, man. I'll talk to you guys about that. As you guys know, my name's Eric. I am the whatever guy, and I usually shoot videos a couple days a week, basically keeping you guys updated in the world. Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, hemp cannabis, just what's going on around. Sitting here bullshitting early on an early Monday morning, man. It's been a crazy weekend. This is the first weekend in a while that I've actually been away. My chick and the kids actually went over and visited some of her family. So I was kind of lost a little bit over the weekend. So I ended up spending the weekend doing a little bit of work, hanging out, bullshitting around. I'm sitting here tapping on this THC-A diamonds, ice diamonds cart that I got from over at Herb, checking those out. We'll be talking about that in the next couple of days. This is a super, super good cart, man. I'm actually surprised that Herb was able to put something out like this. You guys check it out. I've actually had this on my pen, or I think since Friday or Saturday, I got this, and you'll notice that there's not much left out of it, but this has been the only thing that I've been hitting on for the last couple of days. This is super good, man. Like one of these gummies from over at Off City Labs over at Squarely, 25 milligrams first thing in the morning, and then basically bumping this rest of the day makes me a more congenial person, man, and easier to deal with. So I'll talk to you guys about this in the next couple of days. Today, we're going to talk about the AMCC and these lawsuits coming forward in Alabama. As you guys know, the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission has been screwed up since day one. Like we started this process back in 2019. We fall forward to 2023, which is 4 years later. June, I think June 12th is when they first issued those licenses, and within a couple of days, we realized we had some issues. Then they reissued them again on August 10th of this year, and then obviously we've got a bunch of lawsuits going forward. Obviously, Boro Hemp is involved in that. We've got a license, or at least a hat in the game. We actually scored fourth in manufacturing. Like we should have got a license. We should have been the top four scoring of the licenses. Should have got a license. They didn't do that for us. What they did was 1, 2, 3, and they skipped over us and gave one to Organic Harvest, which scored much lower than us. We're not understanding exactly what's going on, but I will say that as we look at this lawsuit, or as we look at this article that we're fixing to talk about, what they're talking about, basically everybody's fighting for is what was actually a motion that was shot down previous to Stephen Stokes leaving the Medical Cannabis Commission. For those of you that aren't aware, Stephen Stokes was on the Medical Cannabis Commission. He was the one that wanted to cede the scoring out to the University of South Alabama. He was also sitting on the board at South Alabama and sitting on the board at the Medical Cannabis Commission. That was a conflict of interest from the very beginning. And 1 week prior to the August 10th reawarding of the licenses, there was a motion brought forward to actually meet with these prospective clients, or the applicants that we had coming forward, and Stephen Stokes shot that motion down. And now that's basically what everybody's fighting for. They want people to come to their facilities. They want people to see, take pictures, meet the actual people that actually put these applications in, because I'm letting you guys know that there was a lot of conversations that were going on between the people that were on the board and people that actually got licenses, and the people that weren't talked to didn't get licenses. Like they don't. I mean, I don't understand what the whole process is. So as we fall forward, you're going to see some conversations about William Somerville. William Somerville is actually the attorney for Green Phoenix, which is Boro Hemp also. So we're going to talk about this and see what this has got going on here. This is the Alabama Medical Marijuana Regulators still negotiating settlement of licensing process lawsuit. The Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission and lawyers for companies that sued over the licensing process are continuing negotiations over a possible settlement. The AMCC canceled a scheduled Tuesday meeting after lawyers for both sides met on Friday to discuss the impasse that has prevented the commission from issuing licenses to companies awarded one. A statement posted to the AMCC website said that discussions between lawyers have not yielded any business that the commission needs to consider at this time, but called the dialogue productive. Now, let me just back off for just a second. Now, they're having all these discussions behind closed doors, and this is originally what started the very first lawsuit. The very first lawsuit was about transparency, was about putting this out where everybody could see it. Now, what he's saying here is that after all these discussions, and we know that they've met 4 or 5 times up to this point, prior to getting to this meeting, but they're saying that there has been nothing discussed that yielded any business for the commission. Then what the fuck were you talking about? Like, what were you talking about? Like, if it was productive, then why won't you put it out there for everybody to see? But they're not doing that. They're doing all this shit behind closed doors, and I promise you, when we move forward, it's going to be fucked up some more, and we're going to be that much further off with these lawsuits. Why can't they just put it out in the open for everybody to see? Will Somerville, attorney for Alabama Always and several other companies, a cannabis company suing the state over the issuance of licenses, said Tuesday that the discussions were a positive development. What I can say is that we had a meeting with the commission lawyers on Friday, and some of the commission staff were there, and we presented my ideas for not moving forward, and they listened to us. From the plaintiff's perspective, he said it was certainly a start, though he did not share specifics. The MCC faces several lawsuits over the licensing process. The lawsuits allege that the commission violated the state's Open Meetings Act while issuing licenses on August 10th. They didn't just do it on August 10th, they did it, on June prior to that also. Or improperly voided licenses granted in an earlier round. And that's the other argument, is like they issued the licenses on August 10th, that came forward, and some of those people that weren't issued licenses obviously brought lawsuits forward to the August 10th because they didn't get licenses issued on August 10th. Now, I will say that one of the big companies that didn't get awarded a license in the second round was Verano, but we've had this discussion before. People that come from Alabama, people that were from Alabama were supposed to be the ones that were supposed to benefit from this process. And Verano is based in Chicago. Not only that, they were tied to several other companies down the line. You couldn't be attached to 2 or 3 companies, 2 or 3 licenses. You could only have the one license. And so Verano, you guys need to step aside. Just because you came to Alabama, set up an office and said, okay, we're Verano of Alabama now, does not give you the opportunity to get a license in the state. That's why you did not get a license. Montgomery County Circuit Judge James Anderson in early September extended a temporary restraining order to allow the negotiations to go forward. The commission issued a current administrative stay the week before, at which the meeting AMCC Chair Rex Vaughn said a third award round was likely. The next step is for the commission to present plaintiffs a proposal for moving forward, which he said looks forward to receiving it. Brittany Peters, a spokesman for the AMCC, said the commission expects the dialogue to continue. At this time, I cannot provide an estimation as to when a proposal will be ready or be considered by the commission. Another meeting amongst lawyers is yet to be scheduled, but Somerville said he would be surprised if one isn't scheduled before the next commission meeting on October 12th, which is just 2 weeks away, guys, just like 3 weeks away. Will Webster, an attorney for the AMCC, did not record a request for a comment. Aretha Dix, a former Alabama Medical Cannabis Study Commission member and a dispensary applicant, denied a license, said the process has been unfair, and hopes that the commission will have discussions with applicants about vague scoring. She wondered if the commission even looked at her application. I just felt like they had looked at applicants, but they would have seen the breadth of experience that some people truly have. She can sell her company face to face, she said, but that's much harder to do by simply uploading an application to a portal. I just think that they need to have a face to face. This is what I would love to see. Have a face to face with their applicants and tell them, hey, this is why we didn't select you. Okay, so let me just back up on that. Like as I said previously, previous to the August 10th awarding of the second time of the awarding of licenses, there was actually a motion put forward by a couple of the AMCC board members to actually meet with these prospective applicants. And Stephen Stokes, the person that was being sued to get off the board, he basically shot that motion down. Now, on the August 10th meeting, when they pushed forward for the August 10th meeting, the very first 30 minutes of that meeting was nothing but them espousing about what a great job that Stephen Stokes did. But Stephen Stokes didn't do anything but fuck the whole process up. Like, he fucked the whole process up. If he had just let the motion go forward before the August 10th meeting, we probably wouldn't even be in this situation that we're in. And then you got people like Shay Garrigan and all those other people that are running around talking about we need to stop these lawsuits so that people can get their medical cannabis, when it's your fucking AMCC commission that did it in the first place. If they had just met with these people from the beginning, we wouldn't even be having these. We would probably be 3 steps forward to getting our medical marijuana license, or at least the people that were going to get the awarded license would be in a process, or at least be moving forward to get medical marijuana to the people in the state that need it. It's not just us, guys. It's everybody that is trying to get this process correct. I don't understand exactly what's going to happen with this meeting on October 12th. I will say that all the behind closed doors and all that other stuff is really going to fuck it up, as we move forward down the road. I would imagine that we're a long ways off. Like we're a long ways off from medical cannabis. You got people on that side over there claiming that we need to drop our lawsuits so that the patients can get medical cannabis. Well, we're on this side saying that the AMCC needs to do exactly what they said they were going to do. Make sure it's Alabama first. Make sure that that people from Alabama are the ones that are benefiting from this, and make sure that your rules are being followed, and put this out in the open where people can see it and understand what's going on, and stop doing this behind the closed door shit. All right, folks, this is Whatever Guy signing off. Hope you have a great week. I apologize for ranting and raving the way I am. This kind of gets me a little bit fired up. But if you guys have any comments or have any questions, please hit me in the comment section down there, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, folks, Whatever Guy signing off, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Love you. See you.